I'd just like to introduce ourselves. That's it. And Hayley. Thank you very much. On behalf of Andrew and Hayley, I would just like to thank you all for being here to support them on what is obviously going to be the most wonderful day for them. It's the start of their married lives together, and the fact that you are all gathered here today shows just how important your presence is to them. So they're delighted that you're going to share this very special occasion with them today. I do need to inform you all that this place where we are gathered is a place that has been sanctioned and authorised for the celebration of marriage. And Andrew and Hayley, before you are joined together in marriage this afternoon, I must remind you both of the very solemn and binding character of the vows that you are about to make. Marriage, according to the laws of this country, it's the union of two people, and that union being entered into of your own will in heaven. Why I, Andrew Basterfield, may not be joined in matrimony to Hayley. I do solemnly declare any lawful why I, Hayley, may not be joined to Andrew Basterfield. Thank you. Well, that now brings us to your married vows, and marriage is a very personal and very intimate decision. And a large part of its importance is its recognition by those people closest to you. So these very special invited guests here today. So therefore, in front of these special guests, I'm going to ask the all important questions. Before I do, I'm going to take your root of praise. And because this is your wedding day, I think it would be so lovely if you look at each other instead of me and take both hands. Andrew, do you take Hayley to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And will you promise to remain true to her for the rest of your lives together? Hayley, do you take Andrew to be your lawful wedded husband? Will you promise to remain true to him for the rest of your lives together? Ladies and gentlemen, give them a really lovely round. Just purely as an audience today, but your presence is very important to Andrew and Hayley. And it's not just to listen to recited words, it's to hear them making very sincere vows that are going to unite them together in marriage for the rest of their lives. So Andrew and Hayley, we now come to the most important part of today's ceremony. And this is where you form your contract of marriage. So you're going to seal the vows that you've just made to each other, and it's when your marriage becomes legal.
God sees the light.
I choose you to be my husband, to respect you, be your successors and your families, to nurture you and to grow with you throughout the season of life.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew and Hayley are going to exchange wedding rings today, and the wedding ring is an ancient and traditional symbol of marriage. It's an unbroken circle, and it symbolises unending and everlasting love. And these wedding rings that you're going to exchange today, they will always be the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you've both made to each other here today in front of all your family and your friends. And I believe that Paul's looking after those rings today. say to her, Hayley, I give you this ring
Hayley, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love and affection,
as a symbol of my love and affection,
and in recognition
and recognition
of our shared life together.
of
Wear this ring
this ring,
with a feeling of love and joy.
which means of love and joy.
I choose you to be my wife this day. Say to him, Andrew, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and affection, and in recognition of our shared life together. Wear this ring with a feeling of love and joy. I choose you to be my husband this day. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to invite Andrew and Hayley now to sign the marriage register. It will give you the chance to see.
No, that's all right.
Get it wet.
Right, in position. Hold on, who's waiting with Chloe first? I'm going to watch on you first.
Yeah, we're going to get some more shots, yeah.
Wait, God, no, it's live.
Come forward here so we can get it.
I just closed it. Nice.
Okay, ready? You ready?
Ben, ask him what they're laughing at.
Shout view, come here.
I'm still breastfeeding.
Go on, Ben.
No comment. No comment. I'm going to treat you to a new camera, that's how.
Get me.
Johns, what do you think about the weather? What have you got, bro?
We have some kids to say, I'll take it for now. Just went and he
Standing around.
Yeah, Abby, if you want to take him for a walk.
They're coming for a sleeping. Hanging on, super jump.
just gonna do the one.
Come on, let's go and have a snooze and then you'll be all fresh for later on.
Just go chat with this queen. Do you want us on one side? Joe, gonna get
Let's go for a snooze. Say hello. Hello.
no, I'm gonna put him in a minute. Jane, if you come on this side, then you can. Sorry.
You've done it now, don't have to cry anymore. That'll be a change of thing.
That was funny.
Then speaking for you.
Oh my god, it's like karate.
Are we going back to the video?
All right. What sharp you can?
Come on,
You wound it
Master.
up a lot, kid. Are we having a picture here or a video?
Nah, do another.
There you go.
You get yourself on it, what son?
Did you do selfies in that place?
So,
Bit baggy on you that suit, Robbo.
what?
Bit baggy on you that suit.
Yates! Yates!
Hello.
Hello.
Scott! James, ushers. Jay, will you come and have some pictures with
Duties.
I picked that up and I was like,
Well, we're going back to the 90s.
Are you laughing at me?
I remember when he bought that camper in Dubai, right, okay, we were shopping for about 5 hours, not beside him.
hey, it's been a good purchase, so hasn't it, Mears?
Hey.
But he's got some good footage on that.
Where's
You're allowed to speak, you know.
Angel! Angel!
Photoshop, no, you're alright. Come on, tree.
Okay, lads, do it. There's going to be all sorts of things. Sweet. The mouse! Should we, let me just... Yeah. Mind that mouse on your dress.
Yeah.
Still on it, Jay. Everyone say cheese.
Yeah, a minute.
Okay, you got Jane in there.
Can somebody get Simon a box?
Between two towers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, the short
He's all back now, isn't it? Ted Baker out.
Don't think you can do that.
Breathe in again.
That's brilliant, that, mate. Okay, let's
Smile.
Right. You send the picture.
Oh, Clint's good at this.
Go down. Relax. Tell you what,
Support the neck.
this is something.
Oh shit.
Smile quick now, man. That's stiff as shit. Relax, Hayley. Oh my god. You carry on hard.
Yeah, you see this to get Hayley as well. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll look after
Hang on.
The worst shot of the day.
Alfie, the shot. See, Baster when he got come round from signing the register though, he was walking off like that.
Can he floss? Can you floss?
If you do snake hips.
Do snake hips, you can't Clint.
Go on.
Show me snake hips.
He did a wing.
Yeah.
Clint, minutes.
So probably about 19, 20. I'm alright. I think 29 for me, Clint.
Not trusting Rob. I mean, Phil, don't gamble. Don't gamble. Phil will gamble.
Oh, you have the faith. I've had a few minutes in for all the chuckles.
Excellent, 40 quid.
140 dabs. You ain't got the time off Kate.
We need someone more straight than Scott.
Get him out of Rob Clark.
No chance. Absolutely no chance.
I'll press that.
Get Lucas to do it, Bastard.
Just give him a big welcome! He's had an hour to reach there. Slow down a bit, about an hour. Eh? Slow down a bit, I bet an hour. Right. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Rob, I'm Hayley's brother. It really does give me great pleasure to be able to stand here today in front of you all and hopefully make Hayley and Andy really nervous about the stories and the facts that I might share with you through this speech. Hayley's warned me on more than a couple of occasions that my speech just needs to be a few nice words and no longer than a couple of minutes. Yeah, right. She's specifically asked me not to call her Earthworm Jim, not to talk about Phil Donahue, not to mention the time that she slipped in the bath, and not to let you know that she was part of the Brownies until she was 16. So I won't. I'm not entirely sure how her Brother the Bride speech goes, so I've just kind of based it around a best man speech for the bride. Hopefully put a bit of pressure on Robbo, and I've heard his speech is absolutely fantastic, by the way. And then do some lovey-dovey stuff at the end, so here goes. Growing up with Hayley, to be fair, was really easy. We've never really fallen out. But she's always looked up to me for advice, inspiration and wisdom. And I've always been there to help. We both went to St Luke's Primary School. And we have fond memories of Mervyn Lomas, Mr. Lolly, and Dorothy the Lollipop Lady, who Hayley and myself had to wait with for 50 minutes each evening whilst we were waiting to get picked up by our some track races. Quality look. Hayley's always been a keen sportswoman. Apparently she played netball for Derbyshire.
She did!
And she also had a love of the performing arts. She attended the Hayley School of Dance. And I have many, many fond memories. Some classic dance shows that I had the privilege of attending. And seriously, for anybody in the room, if you've not been to a dance show and you've got a spare 4 hours, get yourself down. How time flies. Unfortunately, Hayley had to quit Heatherley when she fell pregnant with Sam.
clearly passed on a rhythm to him, old snake hips. Hayley is also very gifted musically as well. She got a grade 2 in piano after 7 years of lessons with not one belt, and we want to put Hayley's musical skills to good use when we collaborated with Jenny Hall to write and produce the classic hit Pears and Peas. And I know for a fact she will sing it to you later. In truth, and it may surprise some of you, Hayley can be a bit dim. She does have a habit of believing a lot of what you tell her. She does sometimes fail to spot the obvious answer. A prime example of this was one Christmas. We were with the family at Marie and Kevin's. We were in Melbourne. We just had our Boxing Day dinner. And we decided to play a quiz. The quiz was aimed at probably 12 to 15 year olds. Hayley was mid-20s. The question Hayley was asked, and it's no egghead stuff this, the question she was asked was, what is the name of a female goat? Hayley had 3 options, multiple choice. The options were Jean Goat, Jenny Goat, or Nanny Goat. Which one did you go for? Well-known female goat, Jean. Another example of Hayley's dimness. Time that me and Jess went round to Hayley and Andy's for a Chinese one night. Ah, yes! We were getting the order together. Hayley was on the phone to Linda. What do you want? The Chinese order. While she was ordering, I said to Hayley, will you order me a portion of cocked toast? Hayley looked at me and I said, it's lovely, it's a new dish. So that was all it took. She ordered me a portion of cocked toast. What's more surprising is Linda made it. No one's ever seen her husband. When it comes to work, Hayley's always been a grafter. She was a waitress at the Rainbow Cafe. She worked at Tesco for a time, refusing to wear tights. And she also worked at the furniture shop on Shrewsbury Street, waxing wood for Michael. That's what she said anyway. I'm really proud of how hard you've worked and the success that you've had. You've worked for some massive hotel chains and know that wherever you've been really hard thought of. But most importantly, you've saved most people in the street an absolute fortune. So obviously we're here today to celebrate the long overdue marriage of Hayley and Andy. So it's only right there at least mention code there. I remember the first time that Hayley introduced me to Andy. I was actually in hospital. And she came up to me and she said, she asked me if she could bring a late squeeze to come and see me. To be fair, I was a little undecided. I'd not quite got to terms with the fact that Aaron Phil Daniel had split up. Then she said to me, I might know him. So I said, go on then, who is he? She went, he's called Andy Basterfield. Now the only Andy Basterfield I knew of was when I used to play junior football, and he was a well-fed kid. He was a well-fed kid. He used to play central midfield for Hollingworth. Centre mid. And to this day, he's the only player I've ever seen complete a full 90 minutes of football without leaving the centre circle. I think Jan Molby without the talent. Before Hayley interrupted me, went, He's not like that anymore, he goes to the gym. Anyway, I was hungry, I fancied a couple of chocolate bars, so I said, yeah, bring it down. Master comes waltzing in, tells me to take it easy. From there on, we've had to tolerate one another. I think you'll all agree what a fantastic couple these two make. They're amazing aunts and uncles to our kids. I know how much everybody in this room thinks of them. And I know for certain that my mum, Sandra and Pete are delighted that at last you can actually call them son and daughter-in-law. I know that a couple of years back things might have been different had you had the American opportunity to come off, and at the time I was really gutted for you. But I just thought we kind of look around today and said, you know what, sometimes things happen for a reason. Might struggle with this last bit now. It wouldn't be right to talk about you both without mentioning your two gorgeous boys, Sam and Josh. Don't fall down the stairs. These two little fellas have just completed your family. It's plain for everybody to see how much you love them. There's so much fun to be around, and I know that you'll bring them up to be exactly like you two are. Clumsy and terrible at football. It feels right after 25 years of being together, you finally decided. It's great there's a big about Hayley. I know that Andy, you've got her back, you'll always be there for her, no matter what happens, you've got her back and you'll be there, so I appreciate that. Hayley, I couldn't have asked for a better sister. You know how much I think I've been able to love you. You look absolutely stunning today. Hey. Honestly, I love you both to bits. I know you're going to have a fantastic life together. So ladies and gents, please raise your glass. Mr. and Mrs. Basterfield.
So, I'll just start by saying, wow, this is surreal to me, and I know it's surreal to Hayley, and I'm feeling part of this, but it's not that. So I'm going to start with you, Rob.
Oh, go on, man.
Move back. You come back.
See you later.
What I will say is, I'm very privileged that you walked your sister down the aisle today. You're a wonderful person.
That's pain you can say. I'm only crying because you deserve it.
You've always been there for her, and you're a wonderful role model for her, so I genuinely mean this. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Right, just a few words of me speaking before I spend the next 50 years of my life listening.
That's part of it.
I genuinely mean it's wonderful to have so many friends, so many family, and also you, Ben, here today, so thank you so much. I'm absolutely delighted that you've all been able to join us today. Don't get me wrong, it'd have been a damn sight cheap if you hadn't come today. We're here, so let's crack on with it. Before we start, a little bit of information, there's actually 2 sweepstakes running today. The first sweepstake is the length of the speeches combined. Now most of you know I do not like public speaking, okay?
Yeah. Whatever.
I do not like the sound of my own voice. So put me down for 4.5 hours. The second sweepstake, I don't know how many people have entered this, is the percentage of people that will still be awake at the end of Paul Robinson's speech. Put me down for 95% for that one, guys, please. Before I go through a few thank yous, and unfortunately mine's a pretty nice speech, and I can't follow that. It was top, mate. It genuinely was top, and we're completely off this now. A few people that are not here today. Today would have been my Nana Ol and Grandad Jerry's 72nd wedding anniversary. So what a wonderful day! How fitting it is that we're here. So thoughts with those guys, and a special thought is with my Nan and Grandad. Unfortunately, they're both too poorly to be here today. So. Me and Hayley went to see him yesterday. Sorry. Both send their wishes. My granddad sends his wishes. He made me promise that every single person in this room would have a whiskey for him before the end of the night. So we just raise our glasses for people tonight. There is no sarcastic comment from me today. Girls, you look beautiful. Thank you for being wonderful friends and family. Always been amazing friends for Hayley. Loyal. And I genuinely thank you for everything you've ever done for her, and I really mean that, so thank you, girls. Next one is my ushers, Mr. Yates, Alexander, and not so little Jimmy Mac. You had one job today, guys, that was to look cool.
That's not on the list.
Let me down massively. Well, I know you tried your best, so thank you very much. Thank you for everything you've done today, over the last few days. I've got an absolute wonderful nephew down there. And thank you for the shit that you two have given me over the last 20 years. I mean that, by the way.
More to come.
Thank you for the Guinness.
Who are you looking at?
That's not easy.
And what I will say is I've only got one white shirt today, fellas. On a serious note, guys, thank you so much for everything that you did. Try not to trip up today, try not to push you, Scott. Angela, the mother of the bride.
Where is she?
Beautiful today. You're a wonderful mother to Hayley and to Rob. You're an incredible grandma to the boys. I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for us, and will continue to do so. You're a fantastic person, and well, I was going to say we've got some flowers here to say thank you. He's smashing his jobs. So I'm going to ask, as I come down to you, can we have a massive round of applause for the been grounded. You are wonderful parents. Thank you for everything that you've ever done for us. Thank you for the contributions to the wedding. I owe you a lot. All I will say, Dad, I know you're a Scouser. Thank God I didn't go to the red side of Liverpool.
Something's wrong.
And I was pushed towards the red side of Manchester. So I just want to say thank you for everything you've ever done, and I genuinely mean that. I think there's some more flowers somewhere. If I can give a massive round of applause for that. I have absolutely no idea why I'm saying thank you. I wanted to try and steal as much of Robbo's speech today, because it would have really annoyed him, but he's already really upset, because something you might not know is that me and Paul are in the same size shirt today. So it's been bothering him for about 6 weeks, and we'll probably continue to do so for a long time. I know. That's why I'm on the edge, mate. A few things you need to remember about Robbo. He has a massive tendency to drastically exaggerate everything that he says. The second one is, when me and Paul go out, we tend to drink vodka. Vodka leads to massive memory loss for Paul Robinson, so remember that in the next 15 or 20 minutes. And then he has a tendency to drastically exaggerate and live in his own little parallel universe. So I would thank you for humouring him over the next 15 minutes as we move on to the third and final speech. On a serious note, mate, probably owe you a few quid over the years. You're a fantastic friend, you're a loyal friend, I love you to bits, so thank you for being on the team. I don't need the card for this last bit, I don't think.
What have you got?
So, there's one person left to thank, and I'm incredibly proud to stand here today. And it's this incredible, beautiful, I don't know what to say, she's stunning. Mrs. Basterfield, as you are now know. So when we got engaged, me and Hayley had a serious conversation and we started talking about names. So we spoke about Basterfield and we weren't quite keen on that. But then the opposite was Peck. We weren't particularly keen on that.
Great name.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. So from now on, guys, a little bit like Jedward, we want to be remembered as BasterPeck. Any cards, any invitations, anything like that, it's got to stay. I was talking to somebody the other week and they said, what are Hayley's faults? What are her faults? What bothers you and stuff like that? And I was thinking, Jesus Christ, where do we start on this? But no, on a serious note, you have one fault. You genuinely have one fault in your life. And you genuinely do not know how beautiful you are inside and out.
You don't say share food. I know.
Do you want these notes? When you came down the aisle today, you genuinely took my breath away. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. You're an incredible mum. You're the most amazing partner. You're a loyal, beautiful friend. You're my best friend. You're my soulmate. And you have my word, I will love you and protect you forever.
Andy!
Paul Robinson. I'm thinking of going to my room for a minute.
Keep it brief, Robbo.
That's the cards and everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I was chatting to Baster about this speech, I asked him what his expectancy of how I was going to deliver it. And he said to me, Robbo, I've got one rule. Just don't me over. Well, friends, 18 years ago, I had one rule, and it was that me, nor any of my friends, could go out with my sister, or any of her friends. I was the only one that stuck to the rule. So, mate, I'm going to break some rules already. But where do I start? And I quote with the perfect son. Where do I start with the boy that's never been in trouble, unlike the best man? I couldn't possibly tell you about the time Pete caught him looking up the lifeguard's skirt at Hyde swimming baths. He was 5.
You've done your research.
Or when he was watching TV with Pete one evening and 2 beautiful women in bikinis appeared on the screen. To which a young Andrew commented, Dad, I'd like to lick those 2 ladies all over. He was 7. And I definitely couldn't say about the time an overconfident Andrew asked the FA Cup winning goal scorer Lee Martin if the feeling of scoring that great goal was better than sex. He was 8. It's not surprising he's got such a trashy mind for a young boy whose very first word was bin bag. His parents, rightly worried they were raising a pervert, Sandra's words, not mine. Pushed him into sport, namely fishing and football. Countless hours were spent on family holidays with Baster stood on the end of the pier with his rod hanging out. Despite excellent equipment, no bite. Typical Baster. All the gear. No That 42 minutes is bang on for me now. After experiencing major frustration with rod in hand, Pete and Sandra, eager to prove that Andrew did not have a dysfunctional rod, took him on a sure thing. A trout farm on the Isle of Wight. Guaranteed to catch, read the sign. Baster, no bite. Baster's career as a fisherman was put on hold, and despite his lack of success, he always showed potential. Regardless of all the banter, Baster has a great set of skills. He's dedicated, he's committed, he's confident, and he's completely selfless. Unfortunately, none of those skills helped him play football. There's a theme appearing here. Demoted to the second team on the grounds of him having a car, it soon became apparent that Baster's talent lay off the field rather than on. And despite the lack of the skill, he's actually managed to make a successful living out of the beautiful game. Now at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to speak or embellish on Baster's footballing prowess. Tell you about some of the amazing goals he scored. How he single-handedly I was expecting some heckling at me, but not him. However, having looked back through the history, there's just absolutely nothing like it. Ever committed and selfless to the cause for Hollingworth Juniors Football Club from a young age. He's been the chairman since he's been in his teens. He's organised countless football events, presentation evenings, summer football events and sportsmen's evenings. He's even taken kids from Hattersley on holiday to Peffelly, which as we all know is no mean feat. But it's not always been this way. Before showing his attributes of dedication, commitment and complete selflessness to his career in football, Baster spent a few years working as a builder at Adamson's Construction. Where he showed only one attribute: confidence. With one bout of confidence, Sandra and Pete needed a new door fitting at home.
Jesus Christ.
And with Baster and his good nature, he decided to not only bring a new door home, but he would fit it. Picture the scene. Drills out, saw out, new table lay on what Baster would call a workbench. The rest of us would call it Sandra's brand new garden table. Needless to say, Sandra's table was cut down to firewood and the replacement door didn't even fit. Andrew's attempt at adding value to the home actually ended in a net loss of one very expensive garden table. Keen to recoup his financial losses, a very savvy Baster placed his first ever bet. His foray into the world of gambling. And Baster had a system. £10 on United to beat Liverpool and £10 on Liverpool to beat United. He couldn't lose. The game ended in a draw. Undeterred, Baster's next gamble was on love, and this time he won the jackpot. Well, he better put a ring on that or he'll lose her, was the advice of Baster's hero and granddad the first time he met Hayley. Well, Tom, some 15 years ago he did it, and in some style too. See, ladies and gentlemen, Baster and Hayley have been destined to be together from the very start. On their very first date, Baster was so mesmerised by Hayley's beauty that he didn't even notice that he was dipping his spring rolls into Hayley's finger bowl. And that's not even a
It's not a euphemism.
As the relationship progressed and comfort set in, instead of fine dining, their dates revolved relaxing at home. One such evening, whilst dog sitting for Sandra and Pete, Hayley fixed up a plate of pate and crackers. While she woofed the lot down, Baster inquired about the awful smell. Turns out Hayley was eating the dog food. See, ladies and gentlemen, with Hayley's pedigree, these two were destined to be chums.
Easy mistake, easy mistake.
How did it taste?
It was good at the time, Hayley.
That I'm yet to mention. Something that I consider to be Baster's greatest gift. A quality that he's never hidden.
He's fine.
Loyalty. Loyalty to his friends and loyalty to the ones that he loves. Truth is, ladies and gentlemen, in 18 years of knowing this man, I've never known a man more loyal and true. In 18 years I've seen it with others, and I've also experienced it on numerous occasions myself. Andrew, Glenn, Basterfield, the true friend. Hayley?
You mentioned the dog food.
No, this is all nice. You look absolutely stunning today, and someone's actually already said it, Baster actually said it, but I did write this actually yesterday, so I definitely did it before we spoke. You are as beautiful on the inside as what you are outside. Always. And you've got an amazing man here who loves you, Sam and Josh more than anything. You're on the same wavelength. You're a meeting of minds, two peas in a pod. You go together like birds of a feather. Like spring rolls and finger bowls. Like dog food and crackers. You're perfect together. And I, as I'm sure everybody in this room, wish you nothing but love and happiness in the future.
Yeah.
So, I'll have yours, you up. Without further ado, I would like to invite you all in raising your glass and joining me in a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Basterfield, the bride and groom.
That's stop the clock roll downstairs. Nice one.
And relax.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be delighted to know it's time for the wedding breakfast.
26 minutes.
Yeah, but him.
Yeah, Scott's got it.
26 minutes.
15 seconds.
Thank you very much.
Who's the winner?
Let's put one.
He's got the money.
It's alright, it's alright. Clarky, you guys better in it, so I didn't have a beard over him. We'll be alright. 36
You're a pervert, you guys.
No, you are, but the sounds of it.
Can't believe it.
Here he is.
Hey, I'll have that.
Hey, we're in. Quality that, mate.
Get this on camera.
Quality that, pal. What did you say about me? Beautiful human being.
I can't see. Said he's alright. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Seen that phrase?
Yes, I have good authority that this is Mr.
Thank you.
possibly look like it could be should be stunning. Of course, yeah. Well, the rich kid.